this call tonight. Let me commend you, first of all, for taking up the invitation because you actually said yes to an opportunity that is going to, your future self is going to thank you for. So I commend you for being here. So my name is Marsha Ciudas, and I am a proud part of Team Legacy and by extension, the company Iconic. And it is wonderful to be in your presence tonight. It is even more wonderful. In fact, it's an honor to be able to do this role of introducing the gentleman who's going to take you through tonight's presentation. He deserves every accolade in 100% loads of it. He deserves the accolade of leader, coach, and mentor. This gentleman, he has an unshakable quest to see others win and to be able to take them from 0 to 100 in the financial markets, to understand the financial markets, to be self-sufficient, being able to earn, and of course, ultimately gain financial and time freedom. Who doesn't want that? If you're looking for that, you're in the right place. So stick around. So, this gentleman as well, our coach or mentor, he has walked the road of being an employee. But of course, he felt something was missing, something else, like a higher calling was there for him. So, along with his wonderful wife, they have traveled the world, impacting lives, changing lives, and leaving that indelible mark everywhere they have been. It is my pleasure now, ladies and gentlemen, to ask you to give your undivided attention, whatever you have around you, no distractions now. This is for you. This is for you and your future self. So take away all distractions. Make sure you have a pen, a pencil, because a short pencil is better than a long memory. Take your notes and give your full attention to the gentleman I am going to call up at this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome Mr. Richard Liam Wu Gabriel, our coach, mentor, and my personal coach as well. Mr. Gabriel, are you on the call, sir?
I am on the call, Marsha. Good night. Good night. Thank you so much for that wonderful intro. And greetings to everyone on the call. I appreciate you all taking the time out to be on this beautiful call on a Tuesday evening. Okay, whether you're calling in from locally here in Trinidad and Tobago or internationally, welcome. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're calling in from. Once again, Marsha, keep up the great work, keep up impacting lives and sharing the beautiful services and education that we have. We appreciate you tremendously for all that you do and the value that you bring to people and to the organization. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to share with you all very quickly, that this life that we're living in right now, everything that you're going to see in the presentation this evening, we all are going to view it from based on our past experiences. Okay, that is what we use as a point of reference. Everything we look at it from a point of reference. And the point of reference that you internalize different things sometimes can be skewed or skewed. It isn't actually what it is, but it's interpreted based on your experiences. That is what I want to say. So what I want you to do this evening is I want you to have an open mind. I want you to try to reframe from your experiences, which is going to be very hard. But I want you to know that all new things deserve a clean slate and deserve to be looked at for what it is. And that is what I did, guys. I had to look at the opportunity that you are seeing tonight. I saw it just over a year ago. And I looked at it, and because of my past experiences, I could appreciate what this company stands for and what they want to do, because I know how to differentiate very good services and credibility, because it's something that I've looked at for years and I've been able to discern what is good and what is not so good. So if you would like, you could borrow my vision, which I'm going to share with you and try to help you to understand what Iconic really is and what it can offer you, so that you could possibly benefit as much as we do today in our community. Okay, so the person who invited you, they thought of you because you know what? They said, hey, this is open to everyone. As one of my good success partners says, we are not gatekeepers. We share good information freely because it costs you nothing to listen, but it could cost someone everything. It could cost them, a lot of income if they don't get the access to the right information. So I'm very happy and grateful that I saw this as an experienced trader, someone who has been trading for over about 8 years now. I've been trading both forex, crypto, and now in the stock options market. And I can let you know that that space is a high income paying space. And many people want high income, but they're not really ready to put out the work to deserve the high income. And this company tests people, test their discipline, test their desires, test their dreams and goals, because you have to put out the work here. This is the furthest thing from giving somebody money to do something for you and expecting returns. This is not how this works. And that is what I look at as legitimacy, because as much as you put in is as much as you could gain. So the company, when I looked at it, it was my coach and mentor from Texas, Mr. Edwin Haynes, who you will see shortly. He's the president of this company. He's someone that I respect and trust. So it was very easy for me to become part of the company because of what he stood for. Okay? Their goal is to impact many lives with education. So it's an educational-based platform. And this is what a lot of people need. Not necessarily they want, but it's what people need. And what people need in life is more important than what we want. Sometimes right now, guys, you just need a little extra, but you want so much. But if you could get focused on the things that you need right now, you could have everything you want later on. Okay? So right now, people need to increase their value. And to increase your value, guys, you have to put in more things. The information that you take in, that's how the word is, the information, it goes in, it takes form, and action is the action that you take after. So you could only take action based on new information that you take in. And I had to learn that when I was learning how to learn this high-paying skill set, which has no limits, guys. This is a skill set that people are making ridiculous amounts of money, but people don't know the story that they had to go through. People just see the fruits of their labor, but they don't understand the type of discipline, dedication, because this is not a space that we grew up in. Go to school, get a grades, graduate, get a job, where you're forced, and they penalize you if you don't do certain things. They test you every week. You have to go to school, 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week, and you have assignments and all of these things. So we have been programmed all our lives to become employees, and that's why we're so good at being employees. So the brain, it is one of the best computers there are in the world. It is the best, actually. And man has been trying to replicate the human brain and the genius that it is into computers and all of these different things. So if we don't understand the value that we have, there's no way that we could perform at our optimum potential. And that is why I love what this company's name stands for, IQ, iconic. Okay. Now, full disclaimer, we don't guarantee anything here, guys. But I will give you a guarantee. I can guarantee you that if you do not take this education in, I can guarantee you, you will not become more valuable. I could also guarantee you that if you do take the information in and you do it amateurly, or you do not put your full effort into it, you're going to be guaranteed to just have access to the exact same information. It is the driver behind the vehicle that matters. Okay? And that is what I like about this company, so that no one can say, listen, I gave you my money and I didn't get the returns, and all of these things that make people, get, as we know, scammed, right? That is the biggest thing. So my goal is to help and educate you to stay away from companies and persons that might want to take money from you, promise you returns. It sounds good, guys, but it never works out. Okay? In this space called trading, so I'm going to talk to you again as a trader. In this space of trading, the financial markets, which is an extremely great skill to learn, you just have to learn it from the right people, is that you have to set up your own broker. Okay, guys? You do not give people your money to trade for you, first and foremost. That's where you lose. Set up your own regulated broker, and all you need to do to grow that income in your own regulated broker is the knowledge and the education. And this is what this company has to offer: knowledge and education and services in the financial markets. The next thing I'm going to talk about later on is how you could have the unique opportunity to expand a growing company that has some of the best services, some that I've seen, some of the best educators that have been helping people transition and learn new skill sets. And if you so choose to become like shareholders or part profit sharers in the growth of a company, you have the ability to do so if you like to. Okay. So as we go on, I want you all to understand that the business world is evolving, life is evolving, and as human beings who are we are the top of the hierarchy, we should be one of the species that can evolve and change. But this is one of the major things in life that I've seen us human beings lack. We lack the knowledge to know that we can become and we can evolve and we can change and we can learn all the time. And that's why we can adapt. Okay? We are not like any other species that have to settle. So if businesses around us, like Netflix, Uber, Amazon, Airbnb, and Tinder, can come into this new era and disrupt other business models, do you know that Netflix was a man sitting down thinking? Uber was a man sitting down thinking. Amazon was a man sitting down thinking. And because they were thinking, they grew rich. They thought of how they could make things better, more efficient. Okay? And the way that we must think in life today, guys, is not just sit back and say, you know what, I'm just going to work at 8 to 4 and collect a paycheck at the end of the month. You don't have to think to do that. That's why that book, Think and Grow Rich, is very, very important to read that, because at a job, you don't really have to think. It becomes so mundane, so monotonous. We don't become critical thinkers anymore. It's just routine. We just go to exchange time for money, 48 hours a week. 40 hours a week, right? For 4 weeks, and then collect a paycheck. That is not living life. Okay? So if we desire to earn more, I'm going to show you a way that you can add more value to yourselves, so you could possibly, have more options, more opportunity in life, just like what I wanted. I wanted that too, and that's why I changed my life 14 years ago. And I learned this high paying skill set, which has given us much more freedom to be able to access cash in a very, very unique way that many people might not understand it. Okay? So Iconic allows you to be flexible. It will allow you to have global reach all over the world, wherever you are. And the startup in this is very, very low, guys. Okay. Now, these three gentlemen, I know them very well. The gentleman to the extreme left, Mr. Edwin Haynes, is the president. This is the gentleman who shared it with me. And I am only in this company, guys, because of him. Okay. Everyone gets started in something because of someone they trust. And that is the reason why I'm here, because if it wasn't for him sharing this with me, I would not be in any company or associated with any company today, guys. Okay. So when he reached out to me, he said, Rich, I know you've been trading for a while on your own. You guys are doing well. I want you to look at the services. Tell me what you think. And I looked at the services and I said, you know what? I like them. I want to partake and use it for my own personal gain. And that was the mentality when I first got started, for my own personal gain. Okay. And right now we're at a point where we are expanding with the company because we have realized, you know what, this could benefit everyone. Okay. And the company's CEO, Mr. Hassan, he's a very humble guy. He loves to see people succeed. And he's the genius behind the company, who has been in this space for a while, guys. This is a very tough space to be in. Let me let you guys know this, guys. You see this digital space, it is very tough to be in. There are a lot of jurisdictions and countries that have laws that do not allow a lot of things going on in the digital space. And to navigate that and to grow a business internationally in over 100 countries, it has some hiccups. Okay, so I'm going to let you know, he is not just a CEO for being a CEO. He has been through ups and downs. He has gone through different lawsuits. He has had to learn how to do things in different countries properly. And that's why he is who he is today. Any founder or someone that has a big vision is going to be met by equal obstacles. The bigger your vision and goals, you're going to have some serious obstacles that match up with it. Some people have no obstacles because they ain't doing nothing in their life. Okay, and that's okay too. You don't have to do anything. But if you want to be someone great and impact lives, it's going to be met with equal obstacles, guys. So I want to encourage you that if you want to learn a high paying skill set, it's not going to be easy. I'm telling you right now, it's probably going to be the hardest thing you've ever done because you have to discipline yourself to learn this. There's no one holding a stick over your back and saying, sit down every night and do what you have to do. This is going to be an independent thing you're going to do. Okay. And that's why the people with the most desire to win and gain their freedom, they excel at this. Okay. So Mr. Hassan, he had a vision to share the information with as many people across the world. And in doing so, he has had to find ways to be able to get the information at a very economic price, but still have the level of value for people to benefit. And that's why he has been interviewed by all of these companies below here. And, that's why I appreciate him. Okay. I go with people who have experience, guys, not someone who just popped out of the thin air and they didn't have any ups and downs. I like to know that people had downs, they fought through it, and that brings out character. And if they're still standing today, that means they're doing something correct. Okay. Now, what we're going to talk about quickly is the financial markets, forex, stocks, and crypto. These are three markets that you could get into any of them. Okay. And I'm going to share with you one of the educators that has been transforming lives around the world in all of these markets, because the skill set that you're going to learn from her, the strategy that she teaches, it can be used in all of these markets. Okay. So everyone, write this down tonight. Skill set. Okay. Skill set. So anytime you think again that you need to get to a next level or you're not happy with your income right now, know that you need another skill set. That is what you need. You are one skill set away from your breakthrough. And it is going to be something tough. That's why it's called skill. It's SKILL. ILL means ill. You're not going to feel good learning it. But that's where you got to persevere and push through. So this is an educational platform. So we have, in this skill set you're going to learn, we have some assistance services. These services are not going to make you rich, guys. I'm telling you right now. One of them is called Swipe to Trade. And Swipe to Trade is a service where they have traders that can send you potentially good trade ideas that you could just swipe and it will place the trades into your trading account for you, where they cannot tamper with your money, guys. This is your own broker. It just connects it. And then that means you accept the trade and it will go into your account and put this take profit, stop loss, and the entry. Okay. So that is one of the services. And this is a new service the company released. The next thing that I like to focus on more so is the education. Okay. Because education is something that no one can take from you after you have acquired the skill set. Today or tomorrow, companies can change. Technologies can evolve or come or break apart. And that has its own volatility. But if you learn the skill set for yourself and acquire it, that is the most important thing. And that's what we are very strong on. And that's what we chose to put the value on in the all community. So we have an academy where you could go and watch the live sessions, interact with these persons who have years of experience, and you will be able to benefit from that interaction, guys. We also have a Solex app where directly you can receive copy and paste trades. We have persons who are loving the copy and paste trading services right now. One of them is called Plutus. And what I recommend is that, persons who want to copy and paste, because copy and paste trading is nothing new. Okay, it's nothing new, guys. But if you have a decent, good copy and paste trading service with a high enough win ratio, all you have to do now is work out your risk to reward, control your emotions for one. Okay, because trading is an emotional roller coaster. And it's not that the service with the risk, with the wins to loss ratio is bad. It's the person behind it. So you still have a little work to do in terms of copying the trades and pasting it in. And one of the reasons why we push people to learn the skill set is because you can become such a good copy and paste trader where it saves you time, guys, where you don't have to be on the charts all the time when a signal comes through, because you have gone through the academy and you have learned a few things about learning how to enter the trade, how to identify little things. It just makes you more profitable as a trader, period. Okay. You'll be able to discern, okay, this is a good trade, or this is not a good trade. Okay. And yes, the services are supposed to send you high quality setup so that it takes away that level of learning. But still, in this day and age, guys, as someone current, people still need to learn that. I'm telling you straight up, people need to learn that, because I want you to have manage your expectations when you get into this space. Okay, I'm not going to tell you, hey, jump in and you're going to make $1 million overnight by learning. No, 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 no. We're going to be very real, and that is what we do with our community. So we also have another service called Manara. Manara is an artificial intelligence service where we have a whole boot camp that you can learn how to use this Manara AI tool. The gentleman name is Ralph. He's the bootcamp trainer, and he teaches you how to use the scanner. And the scanner pushes out trades to you 24/7. 24/7 means crypto on the weekends, in the season forex during the week. And based on the analyzing and what you've learned in the bootcamp, you could get high probability trade setups. Okay. And then we come to right now one of the best services that we have here called stock options. Ladies and gentlemen, stock options. I personally learned stock options 90 days ago in the bootcamp, the live bootcamp, with one of the best educators. Her name is Jessica Ramos. I met her in Dubai last year, November, and she's a gem. She's someone that gives back a lot of her information and time, and she's very passionate about her knowledge and about her community and about people succeeding within the trading space, especially within stock options. She has made over $250,000 in forex when she started, and then she transitioned into stock options because stock options, she said, is more profitable, which I've seen that it really is very, very profitable. And that is the reasons why we decided to learn it, because stock options is actually more regulated, guys. Okay. I'm speaking from the Caribbean standpoint where I am right now. We set up stock option brokers with Charles Schwab's currently, and these are regulated organizations that you could interact with your bank. You could send the money to your bank, send it back out, and things like that. You also get a Visa debit card when you set that up. But more importantly is that Jessica Ramos helps people move from beginner to intermediate to advanced level. She's the only educator on this platform that has created 6- and 7-figure income earners. And that there's a reason for that, guys. She is a world-renowned stock options educator. Okay. And it is literally $300 per hour for private lessons from her. So just think for a second. If you had to pay someone to help make you a 6- or 7-figure income earner, would you pay them $300 per hour? Of course, because you know that there's value there. But now that she is with Iconic, we get all of what I showed you before, including her and her strategy and knowledge, all within one package. Isn't that phenomenal? So let's get to the packages. We also have IQverse. IQverse is cryptocurrency, for those of you who are interested in cryptocurrency, where you get trades as well. But let me get to the packages very quickly. So this here is the package that people are choosing, the Elite Pro Pack in the center. It's $200 for your first month, and this is all quoted in US, and then $149 every month thereafter. Now, it says month, but it runs for 4 weeks. It doesn't matter if you start in the middle of the month, whenever you start, it's 4 weeks access. And yes, you pay for the service, that is the only legal way to do it. Okay. All right. Now you could pay for 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months, or even a year. Okay. It just depends on what you want. And I was sharing with the group on Saturday, where we have our meeting at UE in person, that it is approximately, guys, 42,000 within the faculty of agri-science, about 42,000 TT dollars for 3 years to earn a degree. And that's a degree with no guarantee of a job, guys. And when I break it down and I look at if they offer this at university, I know every single person will be going to learn how to trade, because this has no cap on earnings. You could make $1 million in a day and it wouldn't even affect the market. And we're talking US dollars here. Okay. This industry here has been hidden from so many people. And that is why you see pockets of it popping up. You'd hear people, they have tried to trade, they failed. And that's because they just didn't get the right education. Okay. So for 200 US for your first month, and then 149 is a steal of a deal to get all of those things that I shared with you earlier, from the stock options, the live sessions, the recordings. So if you're somebody that's very busy and you say, well, I have no time, I don't know if I could learn this. Well, you probably are well off and you're probably making $1 million already and you're probably contented in life. That's fine. Okay. But if you're someone that wants to learn a high-paying skill set to gain time freedom and money freedom, then you're in the right presentation. okay, and you're willing to put in the work to learn, it's not going to take 4 years or 3 years like a degree, guys. Okay, it should take you shorter. I remember feeling for what 4 or 5 years learning to trade, paying the market. I wish I had access to these services when I got started, because I would have been so much further ahead. Okay, and that is why we chose to share what we are doing, because this has even made me more profitable as a trader using these services. Okay, and learning from educators who even make more money than me. Okay, now, so that's the pack that most people get started with, the Elite Pro. But I want to share with you now the business side, because a lot of people are excited about it. And guys, let me put this into perspective. In trading, you need to take your time. This is an acquired skill set. The same way that you would go to school for years before you could internalize and become proficient in any skill, in any practice, it's going to take some time as well. Okay, it is going to take some time. That's why people who force to learn this skill set very quickly, most of the time they lose, because they become very emotional. They try to do shortcut the shortcut, because this is the shortcut. Trading is the shortcut, and people still want to shortcut it. Okay, and that boils down to greed and not understanding the value that you have here. Okay, this is something that you could have learned just like speaking English. You should have learned this from since you were born, but you haven't. So you need to catch up now in life, because you could pass this down to your generations. You could teach them a few things. All right. Now, the fast money, for some people who say, well, listen, I want to make fast money right now. I want to be able to get into something real. I want to be able to share something real, and I want to be able to make some fast guaranteed money. I'm going to show you how to make fast guaranteed money here. This is the only guarantee that other guarantee I could give you. So I'm giving you 3 guarantees. One, I started in the beginning with one guarantee, that some people will get started, they won't put in much effort, and I can guarantee you'll get mediocre results. And then some people will not get started, and I can guarantee you will never get the value from the service because you never entered. That's a guarantee. And then the next guarantee I'm going to give you is that if you decide to build out the business model, this money is guaranteed. All right. So let me show you how the business side works. And this side is optional, but I understand business models in the 21st century today. And I understand what is legit and what is not. So I have no reservations when I share this opportunity, because I know exactly what is legit in this space and what is not. And the people who just lack the information and the education, they're going to be left behind, or they're just not going to see it, and they're going to keep getting caught up in all of the things that are not legitimate. Okay, so just to help you out, a legitimate company offers a product or a service. In this space of trading, guys, anytime people want to take your money, or you have to put your money in a platform that is not your own, in your name, not your broker, stay away. That is some advice for you this evening, even if you don't join this company, guys, to get the education, because that's what all you're paying for, education here. Do not give people your money, please, and do not put your money on other people's platform, because that's how you get burnt. It's very simple. Don't let greed confuse you. Don't let the guarantees 10%, 5% a week, whatever craziness they're telling you, get the better of you. And then you never get ahead in life. If you really want to get ahead in life, you would go after education, and you would not ask people how much money you make. Ask, how much did you learn? You see the mentality? You see why we are winning here? We encourage people to learn, not how much you're making a day, because we know you could make enormous amounts of money in this. Okay? And everyone learns at a different pace. So if you decide you want to share the business and expand something real, the educational platform, the company will compensate you. And I love this business model, because it allows us to partake in the profit sharing of a company that is expanding all over the world, especially when you could be a part of a company when it's early. This is business we're talking now. Okay. So for the persons who just want to learn, that's fine. You get started with Elite Pro, you start to study, you go in the academy. For most people, what we're pushing them into right now, if you want to learn how to trade, or if you know how to trade and you want to sharpen your skills, or if you want to learn and diversify and learn stock options too, you can come directly into the academy right here. It's 20 hours of learning. 20 hours is not 20 years, but you could take a year to go through it and refine your skill sets. Okay, 20 hours of learning. So those who don't have time, guess what? You can make time for this because it's recorded. We also have live sessions that you could jump into, the live sessions with the educators live. That's what it means, live sessions. And you could interact with them, chat with them, and get more direct interaction. But most people right now are inside of the best educational platform that there is available right now from someone current, and they're learning in Polish, in Spanish, in whatever it is. Okay, it just takes half an hour a day or half an hour every 2 days. But don't let time pass and you're not adding value to yourself. Okay, so if people now are getting started in the business here, wouldn't it be wise to that you could probably make extra income? Or if you could fund your own education, that's fine, right? We don't have gate here, but we have the gateway to success, right? But if you need to earn income, we have a way for you to do it. So for each person that gets started, you can make from 30 to 50 US based on the package they get started with. And that's small compared to where we're heading. So this company right now has the most, listen carefully, it has the most aggressive compensation plan. And this business model is the best, guys. Guys, I'm telling you, I would not have done, honestly speaking for myself, if I could have gotten into this business model earlier and not go through the go to school, get your grades, graduate, get a job, I wouldn't have done it. I would have done it this way. Because as the world is changing, there are more success stories of rags to riches in this business model than at jobs. And I'm not bashing jobs. Jobs provide you and keep you right there where you're supposed to be, right? Where you have more money than money and you're always trying to get a raise and time passes and then you have pension and then you retire. If you want that life, that's for you. But if you want more, you just have to know what to look for: high paying skill set or big residual income opportunity. Okay, that's where the opportunities are. So as the company is growing, people can make enormous amounts of income from the growth of it. Where people right now in our community are making 100 US a month, 500 US a month, 1,000 US dollars a month. And I want to bring on very quickly a testimonial from a stay-at-home mom. Okay, when I met her, this lady, she's very inspirational, guys. She's someone that you know took the education seriously, has been helping a lot of people in the community, and she's a $1,000 a month US dollars. That's about, if you do it by 8,000 TT dollars a month income earner from the comfort of her home, and she's helping people learn the skill set from the comfort of her home, and her business is international too, guys. So just want to bring on quickly just to share a quick insight and testimony for you all. Shakila, are you on the call?
Hi, coach. Yes, I am on.
Shakila, I almost wrapped up the call before bringing you on. I mean, only when I reached the the monetary side, I was like, oh my gosh, we have someone doing incredible things in the country, and I need to bring you on to share a few words of encouragement for people out there who might be hesitant, might be on the fence, they're not sure what it is what I'm talking about here, but maybe you could connect with a few of them, and that might be their breakthrough. So go ahead, Shakila, you can share a few words. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I am going to be honest with you guys. I was hesitant at first, too. I was on the fence. I watched a presentation and I came off of it and I went about my day. But for me, I wanted more. I knew that my normal 9 to 5 was not enough. I knew that it would never be enough. Even if I decided to stay at a 9 to 5 and my husband decided to stay at a 9 to 5 and we worked as much hours as possible, we still would not have been able to even break even because our incomes put together was just our rent, if so much. So we needed a change, we needed a breakthrough, and we knew for a fact that we had to decide to do something different. Now, I'm going to be real, I've been scammed multiple times, and I felt like I was going to give up on this whole make money online journey because I was sick and tired of being scammed. I was sick and tired of going through the phases of getting my hopes up for something new and then being disappointed. But when I saw this opportunity and I saw that what they were offering me was education and a chance to learn how to do it for myself, that's when I decided, you know what, maybe. And I was still on the fence. And then I told my husband about it. And he said, let's give it a try. And I listened to him and we got in. Now, guys, when I got in, I got way more than I paid for. I got way more than I paid for. You know, sometimes you pay for something and you expect it to be okay, but your expectation is still below, especially when dealing with online, because some things are just hype. This is not hype. Everything that coach just showed you guys, it's real, it's legit. A whole back office full of education, a supportive team that have your back every step of the way. I have been doing stock options for the past few months and it has changed my life financially. Now, I am the highest income earner in my household. I'm literally making 5 figures plus a month from this opportunity, which is crazy because tell me I would have been doing this a couple months ago, I might have doubted you. I might have said, yeah, sure, you're capping. And I honestly think that if you come inside here and you give it your all, you will see your life changing. You focus on the education, you stay up and you make the time to actually learn the skill. You ask for questions, you utilize and plug into the resources that you will have access to, and you will change. For me, now I'm an independent trader after going through Jessica's bootcamp. She is a boss. She's a boss, and the price that we're getting her at this point, guys, at this point is a skill of a deal, and it blows my mind every day. And no matter what happened to this company, we are independent traders. It does not affect us because we learned the skill, we took the time to get it right, and now we are in control of our finances. So if you want to change your finances, you're tired of the same thing over and over, start and stick to this opportunity. Don't just start it. Don't just say, I will give it a try. Don't try, do it. And that is when you will see the real change. Thank you guys so much for listening to me
Awesome. Thank you,
tonight.
Shakila, for sharing. I appreciate you so much. And
No problem.
everyone,
I appreciate you guys
am I
too.
coming through? Yeah, coming through clear. Okay,
Yeah, you're
okay.
coming through clear now.
So appreciate you so much, Shakila, for sharing your testimonial. And guys, I mean, we're just getting started. Okay, only now getting started, guys. We the ranks that we have broken in this company, and you know what we do with this money, guys? You could take this money and you could put this money, some of it, some people are allocating some of it into their trading accounts, and they're taking the knowledge that they have and they're multiplying that money as well. So it works hand in hand. Some people will just make a lot of money from the expansion and they will go and do other investments. But people could still walk away with a skill set here and also take all of the residual income from the expansion. Okay. So just like Marsha and so many people we have in our community, Shen and Shakila and all of the upcoming leaders, they are all going to be 12,000 US dollar income earners because they said yes. Now it's not late, guys. I'm telling you right now, as the person who started the company in Trinidad and Tobago, okay, for those on the call in Trinidad and Tobago, just over a year ago, just over a year, we were heavily focused on the education. And that's why many of you never heard of it before because we were not marketing it that hard. We were very focused on the education, but we said, you know what? This is the most lucrative and aggressive, in a good way, compensation plan we have ever seen. I have ever seen in my 14 years in this space. And people are going to make tons of money just from the expansion. And the company pays up to $1 million US a month. Ladies and gentlemen, it's only 48,000 customers for someone to make $1 million US a month. 48,000. That's it. And you don't have to bring everyone because as our community is growing, because we have in-person sessions on Saturdays at SAPA and UE, you could come to those as well. We have Zoom sessions on Fridays, and those are bonus sessions that we put on personally for our community to help bridge the gap and help people learn faster. But you have access to all of the resources that we have as well online if you cannot attend sessions. Okay, so we try to knock or narrow down all of the obstacles or distractions that could prevent you and provide the environment for people to succeed. And we're just doing what I wish people would have done for us if you were put into this situation or this place where you have the power to help other people. And that is the standpoint where we're coming from Team Legacy. This is our last run, guys, my wife and I, and we want to make a gigantic impact, guys, on lives so that people can walk away and say, you know what, I actually gained value from here. Even if, guys, you come in and you are a customer and you're just learning, that is value there. I'm not going to ask you, okay, how much money you make today? Not like your friends who will come and tell you those things. I'm going to be like, listen, I don't want you to show me a trade you took or something. If you could show me a trade and break down how you entered that trade and why you entered that trade, whether it's a win or a loss, that is the kind of mindset we have here. That is growth mindset. And that is the kind of community you need to be in if you intend to grow in 2025. So once again, I appreciate you all for jumping on this call. I want to let you know to get back to the person who invited you. This call will be recorded. That if you need a recording, that's fine. You could have the recording, ask them for the recording. But guys, don't procrastinate. People are getting started very quickly, and you can get started before so many other people and make a lot more money from getting started earlier in the expansion phase. Okay, so get yourself positioned. It's only $200, and it's going to cost you more than $200 if you don't get access to this information, guys. $200 can literally change your life. It is just very affordable. So with that being said, I want to appreciate you all again. Thanks for being on the call. Richard, Leon, Gabriel, calling out of Toronto Bigo right now. Bye for now. Good night, guys.